started playing basketball in the first grade at the Hill Country Middle School alumni. Through basketball, Jackson has grown as a person and strengthened his relationship with friends and family. He'd like to thank his parents and grandparents for always supporting him. Going to the state tournament was his most memorable basketball moment. After high school, he plans to study engineering at the University of Texas. With Jackson's parents, Kurt, Melissa, Eliza, and Karen Arnett, they have been proud to watch him play for 12 years and believe that he's a living embodiment of it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Arnett. Number 4, Enrique Villarreal, known as Reed for backboard. Enrique started playing basketball in the first grade. Basketball has been a lot of memories. He's blessed with many of his friends and taught him many valuable lessons. Enrique would like to thank his many coaches in Mexico, his parents and friends, and the coaching staff at Westlake for helping him grow as a player and a person. His best memory is going to the state tournament as a junior. Enrique plans to study business at the University of Texas. With Enrique and Angela Villarreal, ladies and gentlemen, Enrique Villarreal. Number 5, Anthony Torrance II, otherwise known as Deuce. Anthony started playing basketball in the 7th grade. He plays basketball and taught him hard work, patience, discipline, and perseverance. He'd like to thank his parents and family, his teammates, as well as the entire Westlake basketball coaching staff for making the best basketball season he's ever had. His favorite memory this year will be the home victory versus Lake Travis. And after graduation, Anthony plans on attending the University of Texas Arlington to study computer science. With Anthony and his parents, Anthony and Lisa Torrance, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Torrance. Number 10, Wyatt Smith, otherwise known as Flash. Wyatt started playing basketball with his friends at 5 years old. Everywhere he's moved, all over the world, basketball has been the conduit to meet friends. Wyatt would like to thank his mom for always being at his games and always supporting him. The shuffle, his freshman year, is his favorite memory. He plans on attending a 4-year university to study computer engineering. With Wyatt are his parents Greg and his mom Carrie Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, Flash Smith. Number 22, Mac Rung, also known as Mac Daddy. Mac got involved in basketball during elementary school, playing WYBA with many of his friends. Mac is also an alumni of Hill Country Middle School. Basketball has always been a big part of his life. Mac loves being able to compete with his friends. He'd like to thank his parents for always being there for him, taking him to countless practices and games, as well as being involved with his many basketball teams. One of his favorite memories is traveling to New Orleans with his friends for a basketball tournament and having fun exploring the city. Mac is still undecided on where he will attend this fall, but he will be studying biomedical engineering. With Mac are his parents, Andy and Keith Rung. Ladies and gentlemen, Mac Rung. Number 24, Darius McBride, otherwise known as D Boogie. Darius started playing basketball in the 5th grade. All of his siblings played and he enjoyed watching them while growing up. Basketball means everything to Darius. Basketball helped him build relationships and presented him with multiple opportunities to be successful in life. He would first like to thank God for blessing him with the talent to play basketball, and of course his mother. She's been there forever and has always supported him through failures and successes. He cannot express the amount of gratitude he has for her. He also like to thank his siblings, trainers, and all the coaches throughout his life. And Darius' favorite memory was signing day. Darius will continue playing the sport he loves at SMU in the business program. Darius is with his mother Constance, his brother Donald, and his sister Sonny. Constance would like to add that she's very proud of Darius and enjoyed all the time she spent with him. She hopes that God brings him forward on his journey after high school, and she says, always keep God first, stay prayerful, humble, focused, and determined, and I love you. Number 33, Matthew Mullen, always known as Chick-fil-A all day. Matthew got involved with basketball at the local YMCA with some of his friends when he was 6 years old. Growing up, he played whatever sport was in season, but when it came down to it, he always had a basketball in his hands and decided to focus on it solely when he entered high school. Basketball has developed from something that he loved to do to something that has shaped him and created a long-lasting friendship and experiences. Matthew would like to thank his parents and family for always being there and supporting him. His favorite memory of basketball career was the 2017-18 season for his first year at Westlake High School. This season was his favorite not only because of the historic playoff run, but also because of the tight-knit relationship he had with all the guys on the team and the passion and energy they shared every day at practice. It was his favorite season of his career. Matthew had plans to attend a four-year university to study finance in the fall. With Matthew and his parents Scott and his brother Andrew. Number 35, and I know his name now, Grayson Walker, otherwise known as G or Schnitzel. Grayson first played organized basketball at YMCA when he was 4 years old. Grayson is the sole alumni representing Westridge Middle School. Basketball has been a huge part of his childhood, and he's played a huge role in shaping him as a person as he is today. Basketball has taught him to compete and deal with adversity. Grayson would like to thank his parents, brother, and extended family for their love and support. His favorite memories are being part of the first team at Westlake to advance in the state tournament and coming back to the gym after home games to see his family waiting for him. And who can forget the snowstorm at the Houston tournament last year or tonight? He plans to study business in North Carolina or Georgia in the fall with Grayson and his parents, Matt and Michelle Walker. Number 50, Will Baker, the Thrill. Will began playing the outdoors team while he was in kindergarten. He spent countless hours practicing on his driveway every day. In addition to his parents, sister, and grandparents, Will would like to thank the coaching staff at Westlake, Coach Gillen and Coach McIver. His favorite memory is the long playoff run and making it to the state tournament last year. His new favorite memory will be winning state this year. Will plans to attend the University of Texas to play basketball and study film at Moody College of Communication. He says thanks for all of the Westlake Nation for the great support and great memories. With Will are his parents, Melissa and Jack Baker. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Baker. No team is successful without the hard work of the people behind the scenes. Our final senior honoree is manager TJ Coates. TJ started playing basketball in the first grade with WYBA and his friends. Basketball has taught him hard work and how to compete. He'd like to thank his parents and coaches that have spent their time developing all players. TJ's best memories are meeting so many players along the way and making many friends. He plans to pursue a degree in computer sciences, but will wait until making the final decision until later. With TJ is his mom, Gertrude. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Coates, and your senior class of 2018-19. While they're lining up, Crystal Lucero and Coach Lucero would like to let everyone know that little Bo was born just yesterday. We'd like to thank all of the basketball parents for the flowers, cookies, emails, text messages over the last couple days. We feel the love and support and are very grateful to everyone for all that you've done for us throughout the pregnancy and over the years. We cannot explain how special you've been to all of us. Thank you very much.
We got to tighten up, right?
I told Coach Varsity.
Okay.
And I told him.
Now, this story line up here, Chaparral. Starting guard 5'7" senior, number 1, Jackson Arnett. Starting guard 6'4" senior, number 24, Darius McBride. Starting guard 5'11" sophomore, number 25, Ian Boa.
And Jackson Henry will take on the responsibilities for the Akins Eagles, who are in their road black uniforms with a gold and navy. The Westlake Chaparrals in their home white jerseys and white shorts with red numerals. Lob pass inside to KJ Adams. The ball gets away momentarily from KJ as a mistimed lob pass from Ian Moat. And it will be last touched by Patrick Varsity for the Akins Eagles. Inbound pass up top to KJ Adams. Adams for a three-point shot. That one just rattles out. Rebound collected here by Jackson Henry for Akins. Akins on the move. Across the timeline is Whitley. Sherrod Whitley gets it over to Beto Morales. Morales will back things up here. Dribble with the left hand over to the left wing. Again, Eagles from Akins will move left to right as you picture it in your mind's eye here on the Westlake Chap app and on westlakechap.com. Here's Sherrod Whitley trying to take it off the screen here. Dig it around his defender, Jackson Arnett. Can't do it. Whitley fires to the corner here to Christian Serrato. That shot altered briefly and bricked up the front iron. Now, in transition, coming down with the rebound is Ian Moat. Moat gets it over to KJ Adams. Into the corner for Jackson Arnett. On senior night, Jackson Arnett adds the three ball to start things off, and a 30-second timeout has been called already by Akins. We welcome back to Al Bennett Court here on the campus of Westlake High School. Coming around the screen here after the three ball hit by Jackson Arnett is Sherrod Whitley. Whitley gets it over to Serrato. Serrato now over to Beto Morales. Morales with a one-handed dribble, trying to drive past the screen given by his teammate Jackson Henry. Doesn't have it. Kicks it back out to Varsity. Varsity regroups and gets it out to Beto Morales. Half-court offense here still a work in progress here for the Akins Eagles, who have yet to get on the board here. Third possession, and that ball is taken away by Darius McBride. McBride on a one-on-two break, a behind-the-back dribble, lays it up in the paint. That one is no good off the front iron, and a foul is going to be called on Akins. Sherrod Whitley picks up the game's first foul, his first personal, and Darius McBride will go to the line. He is a 70% free throw shooter on the 2018-2019 campaign, and the right-hander bends and fires the first one, and it's good. So Darius McBride on the board here with one free throw made here, 4-0 Westlake. The only field goal thus far is Jackson Arnett's shot from the corner. Second shot is up and good for Darius McBride. He has two. 5-0 lead here as Beto Morales will bring it up here. Full court pressure applied by Jackson Arnett. Lob pass over the seal, the Westlake logo at center court. Sherrod Whitley gets it. He'll pick up his dribble. He's caught out in no man's land here. Morales will come save him, and they'll clear things out. Trying to work around a Henry screen is Morales. But Arnett staying right with him here in the zone defense. But he dribble drives his way in through the zone, lays it up and in. Just like that, Beto Morales has Akins' first field goal, 5-2 with 6 minutes to play here. Now, Darius McBride trying to get the ball inside to Will Baker, and that pass is denied by Patrick Varsity, who is giving up about 7 inches of height differential there between Will Baker and his defender. Inbound pass after it was touched out of bounds goes over to KJ Adams. Adams over to Will Baker. Baker trying to work around and out of the screen, doesn't have it. Rifles a pass over to Arnett. Arnett fires a three-pointer from the right corner. That one is no good. Rebound pulled down by Morales. Beto into the front court. Over to the left side here to Serrato. Serrato gets it back out to Beto Morales. 5'9" junior guard here who has the game's only field goal for Akins. Trying to dribble drive around Jackson Arnett. He stays with him, gets back out to the top to Varsity. Varsity references the ball over to the left side to Serrato. Serrato gives it up to Morales. Morales tries to dish it off as he drives into the paint. That one taken away. KJ Scott trying to lob it into Will. Doesn't have it. But now, with Darius McBride getting the ball at the top of the arc, he also tried to go into the post to Will. And that pass was tipped away by Akins and last touched by the Eagles. It will be Westlake basketball here. 5:16 to play in the first quarter as the teams have stumbled a little bit offensively here. Only one field goal for each team. Now Ian Moat works the ball over to the left side here as Will Baker dribble drives through the double team and dribbles the ball off an Akins player. And it looks like it will be Westlake basketball here with Jackson Arnett to inbound underneath his own hoop. He'll do so over to Darius McBride. Spot a three-pointer for Darius. That one no good. Rebound trying to collect it was Will Baker. He didn't have it. Now Sherrod Whitley has it. Trying to press the issue of down the court. Puts up a wild layup shot here in the paint, but a foul is going to be called late In fact, the foul came in after the shot was off. That's when the whistle was blown, but it will be a foul against KJ Adams. That's the first team foul and the first personal here for KJ Adams, and it will send Sherrod Whitley to the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good for Sherrod Whitley. As Grayson Walker, the 6'3" senior wing player, checks into the ball game. Solid 6-man off the bench here for the Westlake Chaparrals. He replaces Ian Moat, so the Chaps go a little bit bigger in their lineup. Second shot is up for Sherrod Whitley, and it is good. Now down to a 1-point advantage here with 4:55 to play here in the first quarter. Grayson Walker on the wing, gets the ball out here to the right side to KJ Adams. Adams over to Arnett. Arnett with a good look down inside to the left block. Will Baker elevates and slams it home with 2 hands. 7-4, only the second field goal in this ball game. Beto Morales comes across the timeline here. Jackson Arnett has the ball taken. Actually, it was KJ Adams that came over and kind of poked the ball away. Patrick Varsity had to deal with KJ Adams trying to tip the ball away, and he tips it out of bounds. Inbound here for Akins is successful. Over to Beto Morales. Morales trying to arrive around the man-to-man coverage here. Chasing him all the way is Jackson Arnett. Giving up the rock here now to Christian Serrato. They'll back things up here at the right wing. Serrato getting it over to Sherrod Whitley. Whitley, who just made 2 free throws to cut the lead to 1. And Will Baker had a slam dunk on a good look by Jackson Arnett. Good double move here in the middle of the paint. Sherrod Whitley with a crossover. Got by the initial defender and into the paint. Able to get the shot up, and the foul is called. Darius McBride is called for the foul. That's Darius' first personal foul, the team's second foul. And Sherrod Whitley will go to the line again. He is 2 of 2 from the line here tonight. And the third shot up for him is good. He has 3 points, all via the free throw shot. And still just a 2-point advantage here with 4 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 7-5, the Westlake lead. Second shot is up, and now it's back down to a 1-point advantage. Sherrod Whitley making both of those free throws. 7-6 with 4 minutes to play. Coming across the timeline is Jackson Arnett. Arnett with a pass over to Darius McBride, who will hand it right back to Arnett. Lob pass inside. Get up for some KJ Adams. That ball was right at the top line of the window on the lob from Arnett. He went up and got it, his forearm above the rim, and he threw it home. Wow, what a play on the alley-oop dunk by KJ Adams. Here's Beto Morales on the other end, trying to dish it here underneath to Sherrod Whitley. That pass had a little bit too much mustard on it for Jackson Henry, and it goes out of bounds. Ian Moat will check into the ballgame here after back-to-back assists from Jackson Arnett. Moat will run the point with the Westlake Chaparrals up 3, 9-6 with 3.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Ian Moat on the left wing gets it into the left corner here. McBride launching a pass cross court to Grayson Walker. It's tipped out of bounds. Nice defense there by Beto Morales. As he tips the ball out of bounds, it will belong to Westlake. Jackson Arnett gets it over to Grayson Walker. Walker trying to drive baseline. He gives it up to Will Baker, and Will Baker slams it home with the left hand. 4 points for Will here in the first quarter, both via the slam dunk. 11-6, 5-point advantage here. Beto Morales, you can see him calling, you can hear him actually calling plays out as he crosses the timeline here. Ian Moat staying right with him, working around the screen by Patrick Verestegi. He'll give up the rock, does Morales. To Sherrod Whitley. Whitley trying to move around Darius McBride. McBride teeing him up here, staying in front of him, getting it over to Beto Morales. Morales in the corner has to give it up here. As Serrato gives it right back to his teammate Morales. Here's Serrato from NBA range. 3-pointer just absolutely buried from 23 feet away. What a shot by Christian Serrato. Just like that, back down to a 2-point advantage. 11-9, 2:25 to play. Darius McBride launching a cross-court pass to the left wing to Grayson Walker. Walker's interior pass into the post, taken away. And making a nice play on the baseline there is Verestegi. He's able to save the basketball. Here's Whitley into the front court. Gets it over here to Serrato. Serrato driving to the lane. And folks, Akins just tied the ball game at 11. Serrato by himself on a 5-0 run with a 3-ball and the dribble drive to the lane with the layup with the right hand. Now Walker over to Ian Moat. Moat in the high post. Now lobbing it is to KJ Adams. Adams trying to get it into Will Baker. Denied yet again. Here's Morales kicking it over to Serrato. Serrato trying to dribble past Grayson Walker. He'll back up and reset the offense with 1:40 to play here in the first quarter. We are tied at 11. Three-point shot here coming up for Patrick Varsity. And Varsity now into the act here in the first quarter. And Akins takes the lead for the first time. It's a 14-11 ball game. Akins with the lead here on home floor. Over on the left wing to Grayson Walker. Walker trying to work his way around to KJ Adams' screen. Gives it over to Will Baker on the right wing. Three-point shot is up. That one is no good. Sherrod Whitley comes down with the rebound. Whitley into the front court here. Trying to dribble drive around Darius McBride. Elevates in the lane. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Will Baker skies for the rebound. And now, Will Baker running the floor across the timeline, driving all the way in, puts it up with the left hand, and lays it in off the glass. 6 points here for Will Baker in the first quarter. And the Chaps trail by 1, 14-13. Over the right side, a big-time three-ball opportunity here for Serrato. That one comes up short off the right side of the iron. Once again, Will Baker with the rebound. Once again, Will Baker running the floor. Grayson Walker puts up the shot from the baseline from Will Baker. The first shot is no good. The second shot is Grayson Walker on senior night on the board here as the Chaps reclaim the lead 15-14. Just like that, a 6-0 run for Westlake following the three-pointer by Patrick Varsity. Now Whitley will give it up here as the pace of the game slows just a bit. Beto Morales trying to move around Ian Moat. Moat standing in front of him. Morales trying to get some separation here. Dribble between the legs, they'll back things out, working for the final shot. Kicking it over to Serrato on the left wing. Serrato with 5 seconds, kicks it over to Varsity. Varsity is going to step out of bounds, I believe. No, they're going to call a foul. Wow. That's going to be KJ Adams' second personal foul, with Westlake leading 15-14 and the closing seconds of the first quarter. Checking in for the Akins Eagles is Mark Duran. Now Varsity will get the final shot. He'll heave up a shot from 17 feet away, and it's no good. And after 1 quarter of play, Westlake only leading by 1, 15-14. We'll be back in a moment. This is Westlake basketball. Welcome back to live coverage of Westlake basketball. Joe Taylor joining you here, courts. Presented by the good folks at Kirby Lane Cafe. After the Premier Family Physicians' first quarter ends up in a 15-14 deficit here for Akins after Akins took the lead to lead by 3 momentarily. And Westlake would go on a 6-0 run to end that threat. Take the lead 15-14, make that a 4-0 run, not a 6-0 run. Whitley now with the basketball here in the first possession for Akins. Akins trying to regain control here of this ball game, and Whitley is able to find Varsity in the right corner. That three-point shot no good. Rebound Will Baker. His third rebound of the ball game here, and Baker driving all the way in, going coast to coast, putting up the wild shot with the left hand. That's no good, but Will Baker puts it back with the offensive rebound. So now Will with 8 points here as he scores the first bucket for the Westlake Chaparrals here in the second quarter. 17-14, 3-point advantage here for Westlake. Matches their largest lead of the evening. Now Whitley trying to dribble drive, spins in the lane, puts up the shot around Darius McBride with the left hand and lays it in off the glass. And Sherrod Whitley has his first points from the field here as he has 4 free throws made. Ian Moat trying to lob the ball in to Will Baker, and Will Baker is fouled. So Mark Duran is who checked into the ball game at the tail end of the first quarter, picks up the first foul, and that's the second team foul for the Akins Eagles. Now Jackson Arnett, who has checked back into the ball game, gives the rock up to Darius McBride, who moves the basketball over to Ian Moat. Moat trying to lob it into Will Baker. Here comes the double team over Will, and now a pass up top. Darius McBride actually left, and this is going to be an over-back violation here. Just a miscommunication between the two seniors on senior night as McBride tried to cut towards the lane looking for a lob pass, and Will Baker tried to feed him up top just outside the 3-point line at the top of the arc. So a turnover there for Westlake as they lead 17-16. 1-point advantage here with 6:25 to play here in the first half. Beto Morales, who has not come out of the game, still operating the point here. Over to the left side here to Varsity. Varsity over to Whitley. Whitley now over to the right wing here. Mark Duran trying to dribble drive around Grayson Walker. He initiates the contact, backs up, shoots the shot, the whistle, you heard it. And that's a foul on Grayson Walker. That'll be the fourth personal foul, or the fourth team foul, rather, for the Westlake Chaparrals. The first personal foul for Grayson Walker. As Mark Duran will go to the line to shoot two, he makes the first one. So far, the Eagles are perfect. From the free throw line tonight, second shot is up, and that one rattles in for Mark Duran, who now has 2 points. Just like that, the Akins Eagles have a 1-point advantage, 18-17. Jackson Arnett operating the half-court offense here for Westlake, picks up his pivot foot into the high post to Will Baker. Baker uses his ability and moves the ball back out to Darius McBride. McBride feeds him again. Here comes the triple team, and they're going to call a traveling violation on Will Baker. A lot of attention and by the Akins Eagle defense here, as they not only have isolated Will Baker down in the paint, they are swallowing him up and denying every opportunity for an entrance pass into the post. So 18-17, 1-point lead here for the Akins Eagles. They led by as many as 3. And speaking of three-pointers, spotting up from the top of the arc there is Whitley. Whitley fires it up, it's no good. Rebound Will Baker. Into the outlet goes Jackson Arnett. Arnett trying to get it inside to Grayson Walker. That pass is taken away. Here's Morales getting it over to Serrato in transition. Serrato tracks down the basketball and resets the offense. He'll give it back up to Mark Duran. Duran gets it over to Patrick Varsity, the 6'3" senior, waiting for Whitley to come free. He does. Whitley trying to drive baseline. Here comes the double team, and that pass is swatted away, but Whitley somehow gets it back. A no-look pass down low to Mark Duran from Whitley. Frees up the area right around the left block, and Duran converts on an easy layup from the block. 20-17, a 3-point advantage here for Akins. Now over to Jackson Arnett, who thought about a three-pointer from the right wing here. Now Darius McBride will reset into the high post to Will Baker. Baker trying to drive through a double team here, and they're going to call a foul, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Wow. So Will Baker picks up his first personal foul on the offensive side of the glass. 5 team fouls for Westlake. And KJ Adams will check back in for Grayson Walker, and the Chaps find themselves down 20-17. Trying to preserve their perfect district record here is bringing the basketball up here is Beto Morales. Morales gets it over to Mark Duran. Duran trying to find Whitley, doesn't have him, gets it back out to Morales at the top of the arc. Trying to reset the half-court offense. Here comes Whitley. Whitley with the basketball on the left wing. Now, with the right-handed dribble, gets it back out to Beto Morales. Over to the right wing here to Duran. Duran thought about shooting an NBA 3, and he's not going to think about it. He's going to go ahead and shoot it. That one off to the left side as it caroms off the front iron. Here's KJ Adams. Gets it over to Will Baker. Baker trying to drive into the baseline. Fadeaway jumper is good with the left hand for Will Baker. Silky smooth moves there in the post as the turnaround jumper hits for the senior commit headed to the University of Texas. Morales comes across the timeline. Bounce pass over to Whitley on the left side, right in front of coach Robert Lucero. Trying to pick him up defensively is Darius McBride. Now Morales back over to the right side here on the right wing to Mark Duran. Duran feeds Whitley inside. Spin moves, gets Darius McBride off his feet and on the floor. Whitley puts up the shot. It's no good. He has to follow it, but the ball trickles out of bounds, and it looks like it was last touched by the Westlake Chaparrals. So it will be Morales. No, it will be Varsity to inbound the basketball. He'll be picked up defensively there on the baseline as Mark Duran will take it. Now back over to Morales. 3:45 to play here in the second quarter. 20-19, Akins leading Westlake here at home on senior night. Now Beto Morales trying to work things in the half-court defense, looking for Whitley, trying to streak towards the lane, gets it to him. Now he drives in, puts up the right-handed shot. It's no good, and Ian Moat will come down with the rebound. Here's Jackson Arnett in the corner. Good head fake to get his man off the mark. He doesn't have a shot, though. Here's Moat. Moat feeds Will Baker down low, and a big-time opportunity for Will Baker as he goes up with 2 hands, throws it down, and is fouled, and one. So the foul's going to be on Varsity. That's his first personal foul. The 3rd team foul for the Akins Eagles. And with that, thunder dunk by Will Baker. He reclaims the lead. Here's the and one, and he makes it. It's a 2-point advantage now for the Westlake Chaparrals. And with that shot, Will Baker has 11 points. 22-20 here with 3:12 to play. Here's Mark Duran dribble driving into the lane. He loses the basketball here. Here's KJ Adams. Long pass to Ian Moat. Moat is actually going to retrieve the basketball, but he steps out of bounds. Just a long pass with too much on it from KJ Adams as they try to beat the transition down the floor. The timeout's going to be called. And that's a full timeout, so we will take it as well. Back in a moment, you're listening to live coverage of Westlake basketball, only on the Westlake Shop app. We welcome you back to live coverage of Westlake basketball, 22-20. Westlake with the lead. It's been a back-and-forth game here with Akins, as Akins has come out hot. KJ Adams, Darius McBride, Ian Moat, Jackson Arnett, and Will Baker on the floor here, starting for Kristen Serrato, Sherrod Whitley, Jackson Henry out of the ball game in place of Mark Duran, along with Patrick Verastegi and Beto Morales. Nice opportunity there for a small jump shot. I believe that was Patrick Verastegi. We'll have to get, the ball game is tied yet again here at 22. It'll come across the timeline here. Getting it over to Ian Moat is Darius McBride. McBride gives it up into the post here, to the high post to KJ Adams. And with that, stepping back and making a tough three-pointer here is Ian Moat. Moat is, there's no foul called on that three-pointer. He made it, but no foul has been called and he went down hard. There was contact after the shot while Mo was still in the air, came down awkwardly. He's saying that he is okay, giving the all good sign to Robert Lucero, but the Chaparrals have just reclaimed lead with a three-point shot there by Ian Moat. So he has 3 points in this ball game here, and now the Chaps lead by 3, 25-22. Here's Kristen Serrato getting it over here to Sherrod Whitley. Whitley has 4 points, making 6 points in the ball game here, 1 field goal, but he's been the offensive weapon here that Akins is trying to go to the most. Now here's Duran trying to dribble around Will Baker. Will Baker swats his shot away, and he's going to step on the line on the rebound. So Duran gets the offensive rebound, but steps on the baseline, and it's a turnover here. Grayson Walker is going to come in for Ian Moat, and Moat's going to go to the training room. Nope, he's going to stay put, as Cody Watkins is going to check him out here on the court level. 25-22, less than 2 minutes to play here, 1:50 to be exact, as Jackson Arnett comes across the timeline. Arnett trying to make moves over toward the right side to Grayson Walker. Walker with a right-handed dribble, now he'll give it up to Jackson Arnett. Still trying to get the offense going here. Grayson Walker peels over to the left wing. He gets the pass from Jackson Arnett, and just like that, Grayson Walker has 5 points in this ball game. Another 3, back-to-back three-pointers here from Moat and Walker. And it's a 6-0 run for Westlake and a 6-point lead, 28-22. Sherrod Whitley trying to dribble drive into the lane, doesn't have it, backs up to the right side here, gives it up to Duran. Duran over to Morales. Morales back over to Duran with Will Baker guarding him here in the zone defense. Up to the left side now to Kristen Serrato. Now over to Duran. 1:08 to play in the half. 28-22 as the Chap leads by 6. Now back over to Serrato. Serrato guarded tightly by Grayson Walker. Now a pass over to the right wing here to Duran. Duran going right by Will Baker. Will Baker's going to pick up this foul here, as it looked like Serrato initiated the contact with the 7-footer and then kind of bounced off him. That's 240 on about 160. So it'll be Will Baker's second personal foul. Kind of the unfortunate part about being 7 feet, 240 pounds, is that when contact comes his way, defenders have a unique, or the offensive players have actually an opportunity to kind of bounce off of Will just because of his sheer size. But it's a foul on the floor, so it'll be an inbound situation here. Mark Duran lighting it up from three-point land as he tries from the left wing. That one no good. McBride pulls down the rebound. Now a long pass over to the left wing into the corner with Jackson Arnett. Back over into the high post. KJ Adams gives it up on the extra pass from the high post to the low post, and Will Baker connects. 30-22, 8-point advantage. Largest lead of the night for the Westlake Chaparrals. Here's Beto Morales trying to make a move on Jackson Arnett. D.A. Moat still on the training table. Mark Duran trying to dribble drive in. That shot is rejected by Will Baker as he puts his hand on the glass to tip that one away. McBride over to KJ Adams. Adams getting it into Grayson Walker. A fine look from KJ Adams into Grayson Walker, and Walker has 5 points here in the second quarter with 5 seconds to play. Whitley looking to come across the timeline, working for the last shot here of the half. Puts up an NBA range three. That one is short, and the half is over with Westlake leading by 10, 32-22. Looks like Ian Moad is all healed up. He will play here to start things off in the third quarter. This is starting five for Westlake. Jackson Arnett now lobbing it into KJ Adams, who tries to put the basketball in there. A little off on the pass was Ian Moad. Coming across the timeline here is Mark Durant. Durant stays in the ball game here, along with Varsity, Sherrod Whitley, Kristen Serrato, who puts up the shot in the lane with the right hand. That one is no good. Jackson Henry is back into the ball game here. Lob pass here to Darius McBride. Touch pass from that lob from Darius. Darius knew he was out of position athletically, so he just kind of tipped it to Will Baker. And Will Baker scores here in the third quarter to lead things off. It's now a 12-point advantage here. Akins, don't be too surprised at the score right now as the Shaps lead 34-22. There was a time in both the first and the second quarter where Akins led this ball game. They led by as many as 4 points. They have stayed right with Westlake despite a big 8-0 run to close out the first half. 15 points for Will Baker in the first half, 3 points for Arnett, 2 for McBride, 3 for Ian Moat, 2 for Adams, and 7 for Grayson Walker. Now Sherrod Whitley as Akins will move from right to left here in the second half. Akins in their dark navy blue jerseys with the gold trim, the white numbers and lettering on the front of their jerseys. And Westlake in their home whites. Here's Sherrod Whitley for a long 2-point shot. That one good from 19 feet away as Sherrod Whitley is on the board here in the third quarter. He has 8 points in the ballgame. 34-24. Back to a 10-point advantage here. Into the high post goes Ian Moat to KJ Adams. He finds the corner to Jackson Arnett, who gives it up to Darius McBride. McBride in the high post. Now that frees up Jackson Arnett from the corner. That one no good. Rebound fought for by Varsity, and it was last touched by the Akins Eagles. So it will be Westlake basketball here as a sub preparing to come into the ball game, and that is Beto Morales. So Morales, who did not come out of the ball game in the first half, gets the breather here to start the third quarter. Lob pass from Darius McBride to Will Baker. Baker charging his way in, putting up the shot. Baker fouled. The shot is no good, but Baker will head to the line. And Jackson Henry will pick up the first personal foul here and the first team foul in the second half for Akins. And Will Baker will head to the line. Will, a 70% free throw shooter, and he makes that one. Now 3 points here in the quarter and 18 points overall, 35-21. And Will has a little bit of an issue here, I would believe, with either a fingernail or has some blood kind of protruding there. So he'll have to head off court and tape up real quick as Cody Watkins will tape up the finger here and we'll have to halt play momentarily because Will Baker is the shooter at the line. So he will have to tape that up briefly, get out and shoot his free throw with 6:03 to play here in the third quarter. An 11-point advantage. It's been as high as 12. There's actually a scratch on his forearm. So it's taped up and healed. His hand is free on the left side, and he makes the second one. So with that, Will has 19 points, 36-24. Coming across the timeline, Sherrod Whitley trying to move past Darius McBride. Here comes the half-court trap. Whitley drives right through it, puts up the shot, and he loses a handle on the basketball, and it was last touched by Will Baker. So it will be Akins basketball here to inbound it. Will be Varsity. And a 36-24 advantage, back to a 12-point lead, as I mentioned earlier. Varsity looking to inbound and still doesn't have anybody. Finally gets it out to Whitley in the corner, guarded up by Darius McBride. Sherrod Whitley will reverse his field back to the right wing. Now he'll give it up here to Beto Morales, who will reset the offense. Varsity moving the basketball over to the left wing here to Serrato. Back over to Varsity, who head fakes, gets it. KJ Adams off his feet. And now a steal by Will Baker. He tries to throw it to Darius McBride, but it's short, and picking it off here in transition is Beto Morales. Morales gets it over to Varsity. Varsity posting up here, trying to drive in, puts up a shot from 12 feet away. That one no good. Will Baker with the rebound, feeds KJ Adams. Adams with a nice transition bucket as KJ is on the board here in the third quarter. He has 4. Now here's Beto Morales kicking it over to Varsity. Wide open three-point shot, no good off the front iron. Rebound collected by Darius McBride. A 14-point advantage for Westlake, 38-24 as McBride feeds KJ Adams in the corner. Three-point shot for KJ Adams. He's gone on a 5-0 run by himself. KJ Adams with a long three-point shot from the left corner, and it's 41-24, a 17-point advantage here for the Westlake Chaparrals as they pulled away here in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. But a rainmaker there on the left wing by Christian Serrato. That one is no good, and Will Baker looks like it's going to be against Jackson Henry. Is going to pick up his second personal foul. And Will Baker was kind of tied up. So a foul on the floor as Baker will calmly walk back down to the baseline here. KJ Adams inbounding the basketball to Jackson Arnett. Coming across the timeline here, setting up the half-court offense. Gets it over to Grayson Walker. Walker over to the left side here to Darius McBride. McBride looking for Walker back up top. Gets it over to McBride, trying to get some room to shoot. Now McBride's going to drive. Picks up Jackson Arnett. Arnett's going to be called for the traveling violation. Thought about shooting. Picked up that pivot foot a little bit too quickly to try to dribble drive to the hole, and unfortunately walked with the basketball. So 41-24, 4:14 to play here in the third quarter. Westlake out to a commanding lead, only allowing 2 points in this half. As there's KJ Adams on a steal, tries to get the basketball back, can't do it. Whitley takes it away from him. Now Sherrod Whitley thinking about a long three-pointer, doesn't, pulls up from 16 feet away. That one no good, just outside the high post. Here's KJ Adams to the corner, and that's Jackson Arnett. Arnett trying to feed Darius McBride, streaking to the basket. It's picked off by Varsity. Varsity gets it over to Morales. Morales over to Whitley. Whitley in the lane. The shot is up. It's no good, and KJ Adams fouls him. So KJ Adams picks up his third personal foul here, and it's going to draw a Westlake timeout. We will take it as well. Back in a moment. You're listening to live coverage of Westlake basketball. That timeout, as the foul was called on KJ Adams, he will come out of the ball game, and replacing him, actually no, KJ will stay on the floor here as he has 3 personal fouls. Sherrod Whitley steps to the line to shoot a pair of free throws, and his first one is good. He is perfect from the line tonight, 5 of 5 from the charity stripe after hitting his first 4 shots from the foul line in the first quarter. And he is good with his second. With that, Sherrod Whitley has 10 points, 41-26 now, a 15-point advantage for the Westlake Chaparrals. Darius McBride gets the ball at the top of the arc here, trying to work around the Adams screen. A bounce pass over to the right wing. Grayson Walker elevating for a 3-point shot. That one no good. Rebound Akins. Morales into the front court. Quickly gives it up to Varsity. Varsity fakes a 3-pointer, goes into the lane, gets it back out to Morales. Now Varsity with a long 3-pointer. That one is no good as it hits the top of the backboard and the metal casing that kind of hangs from the floor. So no transition opportunity there for Will Baker as he was looking to get out on the run, but Jackson Arnett will take the inbound from KJ Adams. 41-26 your score with 3:15 to play here in the third quarter, presented by Victory Medical Center Westlake. Down to the high post of Will Baker from Grayson Walker. Will trying to drive to the lane. Here comes the triple team. Tries to dribble out of it, and they're going to call a traveling violation on Will Baker, who has 3 players on him at one time. Ian Moat's going to check into the ballgame here for Darius McBride. Jackson Arnett will come to the sidelines as well as Matt Mullen checks into the ballgame. Matt Mullen, a 6'4 senior guard, getting an opportunity to play here with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. 41-26, like I mentioned, and Beto Morales will bring the ball across the timeline here for the Akins Eagles. Now, Beto has the ball kind of dribble off Ian Moat's foot, but it actually is going to bounce off his foot. So now the official stopped momentarily to talk to one of the head coaches, or one of the coaches there for the Akins Eagles, and that ball just kind of went off the foot there of Morales. So Ian Moat will flash it into the high post, stepping out, thinking about a jump shot as Will Baker, but no, he's going to find Grayson Walker down on the baseline. Good look on the extra pass, and the assist by Will Baker as Grayson Walker connects. What a game for Walker. He has 9 points. A 3-point shot, though, is answered on the other end here for the Akins Eagles. He's coming right back and drilling a 3-pointer there is Serrato. 43-29, and Matt Mullen loses the basketball off his foot. He thought Beto Morales actually clarification there from our referee here. It was Kristen Serrato that hit that 3 ball, and now Beto Morales going after it as he dribble drives to the baseline here. So a nice little run for Akins here with 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. They've scored on back-to-back buckets. Now Grayson Walker with the basketball, had it poked away momentarily, regrouping here, gets it over to Ian Moat. Moat finds Walker. Walker for 3. That one no good as it trickles off the back iron. Rebound Varsity. So now a 43-31 lead here. What was once a 19-point advantage for the Westlake Chaparrals is now just a 12-point advantage. Darius McBride's going to check out of the check into the basketball game for Grayson Walker. Walker leaves the floor with 9 points on senior night, and he has been right on the money. Even the shots that he's missed has been right around the cylinder. So Moat will bring the ball up here as he'll get it over to KJ Adams. Adams right around the half-court mark here, just inside the timeline, gives it up to Moat. Long cross-court pass to Matt Mullen. Into the corner for Will Baker. Baker for 3. That one is good for Will Baker. Will Baker now with 7 points in the quarter. And he has 22 points here in the ballgame. 46-31, just like that. Back up to a 15-point advantage. Serrato driving to the hole, putting up the shot. He is fouled, but they're going to call that foul on the floor. So Westlake will be charged with their second team foul. Matt Mullen picks up his first personal foul. So both teams with 2 team fouls with 64 seconds to play here in the third quarter and a 15-point advantage for Westlake. Lob pass is denied by Mullen. Good defense there as the ball trickles not only out of the court but into the stands. And it'll be another sideline inbound here on Akins' side of the floor. 46-31. Quick catch there by Beto Morales in the corner, trying to work his way baseline. Elevates, shoots over Ian Moat. That shot is no good. Rebound fought for by Varsity, and they're going to say that Will Baker touched the ball last. 55 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 46-31 the score. Joe Taylor coming to you live here, courtesy of the third quarter by Victory Medical Center Westlake. Now here's Sherrod Whitley on the left wing, trying to work around Darius McBride. McBride, the SMU commit, right on him. Over to the left side here, and now that's going to be a traveling violation here, as it looks like that Kristen Serrato is confused by that traveling call, but nonetheless, we're going to say that his pivot foot moved, and that gives way for a turnover here and an opportunity for some half-court offense for Westlake to burn some clock here in the third quarter and work for the last shot. Will Baker trying to help Darius McBride out, elevates in the lane, tries to get the pass over to Darius McBride. As it altered just a bit, McBride has to chase down his own shot. He feeds, and I should say he had to chase down his own pass as he feeds Ian Moat in the corner. Ian Moat comes up with a three-pointer that's short. Now on the other end, defensive transition opportunity here in 3 passes. Adams got it to McBride. McBride didn't even dribble, and he found Will Baker for the easy layup. Not one dribble there is going up strong on the other end for Akins is Sherrod Whitley. That will do it. And folks, it's not often when you can get into transition off a miss in 3 passes. It was Adams with the rebound to McBride, who was streaking down the court. McBride didn't dribble, gave it up to Will Baker, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end. We welcome you back to the fourth quarter. Joe Taylor joining you live from Alveda Court on the campus of Westlake basketball, or Westlake High School for Westlake basketball against Akins. Now another steal opportunity there. Unfortunately, does not go the way of the Westlake Chaparrals as Guillermo Coronado is checked into the ball game. Step back jump shot here for Varsity. Varsity has the ball go off the front of the rim. Rebound Will Baker. Now Darius McBride into the front court. Over to Will Baker. Baker looking for KJ Adams. Slices through 2 defenders. Gets it to Adams. Adams had to wait. He was fouled and he had to wait for the ball to fall through the hoop as it kind of just hung there on the side iron and finally fell through for KJ Adams. So KJ on the board with a bucket here to open things up in the fourth quarter as Jackson Arnett will check in for Ian Moat. It's 50-31, a 19-point advantage here. And now KJ Adams trying to make it 20. He does, and the and one is successful there for KJ Adams. Beto Morales will bring it across the timeline here. Only 9 points allowed in the second half here by the Westlake defense. Matt Mullen will stay right on Kristen Serrato. He tried to step around a screen here by Michael Monsif. Now a whistle away from the basketball as Serrato comes up a little bit lame there. Ball goes out of bounds as the Akins Eagles will inbound it here just left of the broadcast table. Again, Akins still moving right to left as you picture it on your smartphone on the Westlake Shap app. Good pass down to Monsif. Monsif gets it back over to Coronado. Coronado gets it over to Serrato, who dribble drives into the lane, loses the basketball, and it's picked up here by Akins. So Beto Morales will stop and fire from 18 feet away. That one airballed. Coronado trying to run it down and can't do it. As Guillermo Coronado is into the ball game here, 5'10" senior shooting guard. For the final 7 minutes of the ball game, gets his first opportunity here in the fourth quarter. A 20-point advantage for the Westlake Chaparrals as they lead 51-31. Here's Matt Mullen into the front court. Mullen trying to drive in the lane, puts up the lob shot for Will Baker. Baker has to come down with it, then goes right back up. Nice speed by Matt Mullen inside to Will Baker. Will Baker with 9 points in the third quarter, make it now 11 in the first half. Good for 26 points for Will Baker, right around his average, just over 25 points a ball game. 53-31, the largest lead of the evening here for the Westlake Chaparrals as they lead by 22 points. Now Christian Serrato trying to create some room here for his teammate, Michael Monsif. Over to Serrato. Serrato trying to work around Beto Gonzalez. And now Gonzalez driving to the hole, and that shot rejected by Darius McBride. Rebound, though, on the rejection, cleared out. Here's Coronado for three, and Guillermo Coronado drills a three-point shot, his first points of the night here. 53-34, back to a 19-point advantage. Now KJ Adams feeding the left corner here for Darius McBride. McBride puts up a three-point shot. That one no good. Into the front court here in transition. Nice ball movement here from Serrato over to Morales. Morales over to Monsif. Monsif puts up the shot. It's no good. Monsif with the putback. It is good. And Monsif with his first 2 points here and a timeout called by Akins. We will take it as well. Back in a moment. You're listening to live coverage of Westlake basketball. Checking into the ball game here for the Westlake Chaparrals is Enrique Villarreal, another senior. So it's Matt Mullen along with Grayson Walker. Now Will Baker going in for the reverse slam dunk. Will Baker going baseline. How about that? 2 points with authority there. As now Varsity will post up here from the top of the arc. He fires a three-pointer. That one is no good. Darius McBride comes down with the rebound. McBride trying to make a move on Guillermo Coronado. Drives right by him into the lane. Darius McBride scores with ease here. He has 4 points in the ball game. His first 2 points of the second half. 56-36, just like that. Back up to a 20-point advantage here. Make that 21 points as it's a 57-36 lead here. Here's Monsif into the front court. Now Coronado going to spot up for three again. Guillermo's shot just off the back iron. And rebound cleared out by Will Baker. Baker's going to bring it across the timeline here. Baker met up top by Monsif, trying to drive into the lane. Now a spin move, puts up the shot with the left hand, and that one is good. And they're going to call a traveling violation on Will Baker. Wow, I didn't see it move, but that was a heck of a move in the paint as Will Baker is going to check out of the ball game. As he will head to the bench. And replacing him is Wyatt Smith. So flash into the ball game, a 6-foot senior forward with 4:12 to play. Now here's Sherrod Whitley over to the left side here to Serrato. Serrato gives it up to Morales. Beto driving, now pulling up, getting it back out to Sherrod Whitley. Whitley trying to move around Enrique Villarreal. He's right there with him, going baseline. The shot is rejected out of bounds. Nice job by Villarreal as he's able to tie up Whitley's shot there and poke it out of bounds. Into the ball game now is Mac Rung. Rung into the ball game for the first time. In fact, this is the first time we've actually gotten an opportunity to really see Mac Rung in the ball game as he checks in with Darius McBride headed to the bench. Now chasing down an errant pass is Beto Morales. Morales with the between-leg dribble, trying to work around a Monsif screen. Dribble drives, and that one's taken away almost by Enrique Villarreal. Recollecting it is Varsity. Varsity almost has Matt Mullen to take it out of the way from him. Now here's Serrato to regroup here, and now back up to Sherrod Whitley. Whitley from an NBA range three-point shot. That one is good. for Sherrod Whitley as he has 3 points here in the fourth quarter. He has 7 in the half, 13 overall to lead Akins. 13 of the 39 points belong to Sherrod Whitley. Now here's Rung over to Enrique Villarreal. Villarreal headed to the baseline, has the ball stripped away from him. Last touched by Akins, and it will be Westlake basketball. So an 18-point advantage here for the Westlake Chaparrals, 57-39. Inbound pass collected by Matt Mullen. Mullen trying to work against Morales. Drives right by him into the lane. Puts up the floater. That one no good. Mullen with the rebound and the putback. Matt Mullen on the board here on senior night as he has 2 points. Back up to a 20-point advantage, 59-39. Now Morales trying to work around a unsafe screen to get away from Enrique Villarreal. Not going to do it as he gives up the rock here to the top of the arc to Varsity. Varsity over to Whitley. Whitley trying to make Mac Rung off the dribble. Fires up a shot just outside the right lane, and a foul's going to be called on Whitley. And the foul's actually going to be on Mac Rung. His first personal foul, and the team's 4th foul here with 2:45 to play in the ball game. Whitley, who is perfect at the line, shoots the first shot, and it is no good. Whitley visibly disgusted with himself after a 6-for-6 performance. Matt Mullen's going to check out, and for the first time since we've begun to broadcast basketball here in the 2019 campaign, we see Anthony Torrens, the second, come into the ball game. Second shot for Whitley is up and good. He has 4 points here in the fourth quarter. 59-40, a 19-point advantage as Torrens gets it over to Villarreal. Villarreal launching the pass cross court. Varsity picking it off, but Varsity, as he collected the basketball, was fouled on the baseline by Anthony Torrens. First personal foul there for Anthony, as it will be Akins basketball here. Varsity will inbound here to Beto Morales, who will get it out to Sherrod Whitley. Whitley, D'd up here by Anthony Torrens. He'll hand it off to Serrato. Serrato will regroup to the top of the arc. Now Serrato looking for space on the left side. That one is airballed. Rebound collected here by Grayson Walker. Here's Villarreal dribbling with the right hand, going to the corner. Now a crossover move here. Reverse layup is, not just off the front iron there for Villarreal. That was a spectacular move. Now in transition, Serrato is trying to make a move around Mac Rung. Nice job by Westlake getting back on defense. Here's a 3-point shot for Sherrod Whitley at the top of the arc. That one is no good. Torrens comes down with the rebound. Torrens will bring it up across the timeline, pushing it here inside 2 minutes to go in senior night. Gives it up to Wyatt Smith. Smith trying to dribble drive in the lane. Feeds Mac Rung, and Mac Rung's going to be called for a traveling violation. Once again, too many steps for Mac Rung. 59-40, a 19-point advantage here. 1:50 to play in the ball game on senior night. All of the starters have checked out. All of the personnel on the floor, seniors. And now a sub's going to come in for Grayson Walker as he will take the seat, as Matt Mullen will check into the ball game. So to recap, on the floor here for senior night, senior Mac Rung, senior Wyatt Smith, senior Matt Mullen, senior Anthony Torrens II, and senior Enrique Villarreal. Now Varsity on the left wing, giving up here to Beto Morales. Morales coming in, feeding out Muncie. Muncie cross-court pass to Sherrod Whitley. Whitley will back things up here. 90 seconds to play. Whitley driving in. A foul's going to be called on the floor here by Anthony Torrens. Torrens stayed right in front of Whitley, and Whitley actually initiated the contact, but as Whitley will come out of the ball game here, we'll see a line change. Michael Robinson into the ball game now, 6'1", sophomore shooting guard. Also Guillermo Coronado into the ball game as well. And we're seeing Michael De La Rosa, the 5'6" senior point guard, get an opportunity. Coronado trying to run the offense here over to the right side to Varsity. Varsity gets it over to De La Rosa. De La Rosa operating here, trying to work it over to Varsity. Varsity gives it up to him. Tries to dribble drive into the lane. How about this? 5'6". Michael De La Rosa drives to the basket, gets fouled, and that basket, they're going to count it, and now fresh off the bench in his first possession here tonight, De La Rosa will get to shoot an and one. And that shot not good, and Anthony Torrens tries to run down the rebound on the far baseline, and he has it go off his hand, so it will come back and be Akins basketball. So Michael De La Rosa will bounce pass it in. It's stolen by Anthony Torrens II. Anthony pushing it up. Over to Matt Mullen. Mullen trying to put up a shot in the lane. That shot is no good. He is fouled. Will it be in the act or will it be on the floor? We'll have to see. And it doesn't look like our public address announcer is going to announce who the foul was on, but I believe it was on Zapato. That's his first personal foul. 14 fouls now for the Akins Eagles. Matt Mullen trying to dribble drive into the lane and dishes it off down low here to Wyatt Smith. Wyatt with a reverse layup from the right block to the left block is on the board. Wyatt Smith with 2 points, 61-42. Final minute. Guillermo Coronado loses the basketball. Enrique Villarreal into the front court to Torrance. Torrance trying to back it up. Shoots an 18-footer. That one is no good. Rebound Matt Mullen. Mullen trying to feed Torrance. Now he'll reset the half-court offense here, trying to work around to Smith. And now Mullen kicking it over to the right side to Rung. Rung is going to be called for a traveling violation as he picked up his pivot foot. And it's 61-42 advantage here. 19-point lead for Westlake. As we mentioned, it's been as high as 21. 30 seconds remaining. Coming across the timeline here is Michael De La Rosa. De La Rosa working around the Varsity screen. Gets it over to Guillermo Coronado. Back over to the top here to Michael Robertson. Robertson feeds the corner. Here's De La Rosa, all 5'6" of him. And he gets a three-pointer to go off the front iron, off the back iron. He gets the shooter's roll for 5 points here in 3 possessions on the floor. Final shot coming here for Westlake, 5 seconds. Let's see if Torrance offers a shot on senior night. He's not going to do it. He's going to pick up his dribble, pass it over to Enrique Villarreal, and that will do it for senior night as Westlake is victorious over the Akins Eagles 61-45. When we come back, we will visit with Robert Lucero here. Thanks so much for joining us as we take a quick time out here as we head to the BMW of South Austin drive home. Again, your final score, Westlake 61, Akins 45. Back in a moment. This is Westlake Basketball.